let me travel a lot. So yeah, I've been to Japan and trained. I got to go to Korea and train, all over the Pacific, all throughout the Philippines. So I've had a lot of fun doing what I've done. And then a lot of different places in the United States. So I try to bring a lot of different elements into that. I'm going to build on what we were doing with Filipino stuff, because this is my Filipino art that I've got going on now. Proma is my organization that I'm working with, and I've got black belts in a couple of different states. And what's nice, my new position is they have the faculty have decided that they want a martial art club, so I'm going to try to get that going next semester right there on campus. So I'm excited about that. And so I just have to run different people's schools, but it's going to be fun. So, you always seem to volunteer because everybody steps away from you. Well, what I'm going to talk about here, let's go to some of the empty hand stuff. We see what we call as panatukan. We're going to go into gunting, which is kind of damaging that arm, but we're not really going to damage each other's arms. But I'm going to talk about hubud, which we have something similar in a lot of different drills here. But first of all, let me tell you a little bit what gunting is. Gunting is limb destruction. In the Filipino empty hand stuff, they're mimicking anything empty hand that, say, if I've got a blade. So if he's throwing a punch at me and I've got a blade, I want to destroy this arm. And I'm going to destroy this arm by cutting those flexor tendons, cutting that bicep, cutting that tricep. I'm going to do something nasty to it. But if I don't have a blade and he throws a punch at me, I'm going to gun. I'm going to take these knuckles and I'm driving them into that same place I would throw that blade. Now, if we're practicing with our buddies, we can only do this about 3 times, and you're like, I'm done training for the day. So, if we're gunting, what we want to do is that we're going to turn that flat part and hit that, or just open your hand and we get a slap.
I'd rather you punch it.
Yeah, I've got like heat and energy in that slap. But as I throw it, what I want you to do, we're also going to do what's called a cruzada. Cruzada means crossing. Really easy. So as he throws that punch, I'm not just standing here static, because am I really stopping that punch? No, I'm getting hit. What I want to do is I'm going to cruzat. I'm bringing that across. Boom, I'm here, and we're mimicking that slap, what I would be doing with the knuckles. Because the knuckles, I'll be digging in, and remember, those knuckles are mimicking if I've got a small blade. So in the Philippines, he throws that, boom, I'm going to get that blade, and I've got several cuts off of that. We mimic that with the empty hand, the gun. And then I've got that speed. A lot of you Kempo guys, you're into the hand speed. We're striking the ribs, coming up here. I'm getting another strike. Then I'm starting to take out the legs. Start to flow into your other arcs. But we'll back up with our partner. We'll just go back and forth. Boom. I'm just going to slap, try to hit that. See his arm where it's red? That's what I want you to hit. And then I'll throw a punch at him. He'll kind of do the same thing. Except you kind of get the cruzada. There we go. We want to fold that arm. Go punch at me, and we'll just go back and forth. So kind of spread out. Thank you, sir. So we're going to spread out, and then we'll work on that back and forth with your partner.
Thank you. Come here, Glenn. All right.
We can get pairs or a group of 3, doesn't matter, as long as we've got someone to practice with a little bit.
Is that it? Okay, I missed it.
Yeah.
Right where that big red mark is.
Yeah. So as you throw the punch, what I'm trying to do is, I'm catching there and reverse. What I would do is I would take this knuckle, I get some knuckles. Bam! Shut that arm down. Boom! Shut that arm down. Boom! Get that. That's how we finish that off. So you were always feeling it, but you saw I would strike, strike. That's where we were second strike. But initially, boom here. And of course, is this motion. Push him into the blade. I always trust that he will cut his own self, he will mess that up. So I think that helps a lot. And then I'll get that second.
Start slowing it down, make sure you're hitting right there. Yeah,
You got hit. You did wrong. No. But you can even think, even if he's moving slow, because this is a new drill. We haven't done this before. So just kind of as he's throwing it out, I'm trying to get that in the back. back. He didn't have to leave it, but I could be doing this. See, I'm moving slow, and then that's not what it's doing. Now you're starting to realize it's a dynamic motion. And it's not just, here I am, because that's be that. See, you almost got it. You can get that gun when somebody else is looking at you. We just got to
This actually works into a lot of different styles and stuff where here you can grab stuff.
Okay, so where do we go from here? So right now, we've been just throw that punch, her arm magically locks in place, and I get that gun. I'm like, yay! But, you know, they started asking the question here, in reality though, is she gonna throw that punch and leave it here for me to block? No, she's gonna throw and bring it back. So what she's going to start to do is just move a little bit slower and bring it back. So just kind of slow, boom. Now I can start to get in there. Now I'll throw at her, she can get the gun. She throws at me and I get the gun. Even if it's low, I'm still doing that same motion. So now we can slowly pick up the speed with our partner, but if our partner needs it at this speed, fine. If we can go a little bit faster and you're still getting that gun, you're starting to realize, hey, I can start to move. We can get that move, because what we're mimicking is, can I get that blade out? Can I get that cut? Can I get that cut? And then move on to that next move, because is there another move? Absolutely. So play with your partner. Thank you.
So what you're going to do is just really punch. Give me a real punch, fast. There it is. So what I'm doing is kind of timing here.
Nice. Right in the funny bone.
I know. Step outside, facing this, you're going to get facing.
Yeah, because it's
Armor. Get that cross. Well, you got to beat up on the old man.
I guess if I'm trying to.
Are you taking some pictures of me out here? As long as I can pull them and say, yes, and I did stuff. So I can put them on my page.
I got that one of you last year where you were.
Yeah, I noticed that. That was a good thing. I think you should keep that on your yearly poster.
So some of the stuff
Well, yeah.
the difference is we're like knock the wins is
What I want to do and I cut here. Way out here, I can't see. So if you throw your I got you, but I'm way here. Boom. Because now my second is going to be trying to set it up. There, I travel now. They want to shut the red box down. Red box shuts down.
It's not going to black me out.
If I get a good hit out there, all right, so where do we go from here? All right, great. I love green belts volunteer. All right, so he's throwing that punch. We get our gun, but if I'm way out here, I can't do anything else. I want to start to think, what is my second, my third strike going to be? So as he throws that punch, we're mimicking that gun. Boom, here, but remember, this was a knuckle strike. Bam, that was a gun. Now I'm going to use this ridge of knuckles. In Filipino Panatukan, a hand stuff, they don't always punch with those two knuckles. They use these knuckles. They use these knuckles. We'll use that part, almost a palm as well. They will use the hammer fist all the time. Why? Because they're mimicking if I've got a blade in it. The same thing, as I'm thinking here, I'm thinking there. I'm going to hit that tricep, bicep area. So if we're doing empty hand, I'm going gun, bam, here. Now I'm using there, boom. As soon as I hit, notice I trap because I'm ready to shut down the bread box. Why do we want to go to the bread box? Because that's where it ends the fight. I could sit here and punch him all day, and if he's got good abs and a good body core and he's young, he's going to go, this is annoying, but, you know, he's going to take this. I go, there, and we might be able to end the fight really quick. Oh, look at all those sparkles. Yay, there we go. So, real quick with our partners, we're going to go 1 and 2, 3 trap, and then think, what is my, can I flow into my other art form now, or can I just hit him? Go with your imagination. But you see how you got there. We gunked it again. I'm moving that arm I'm not really worried about because, man, I'm going to fire off here, or I'm going to come in here and trap. And we'll shut Bill off of here because I got a really cool takedown from here. Thanks. Keep going.
So on the second step, what are you hitting? So you're hitting, I know the first one you hit there, down there?
Boom.
Okay, right here.
Feel that muscle?
Okay, that's what I was trying to.
Yeah. And when we
I don't want you to go into the thing.
open hand out,
Enough of
but
the,
enough of that.
That's what I figured, I was just trying to figure out which
Yeah.
part you're okay. All right.
And ideally, and you can probably feel it, I'm going to between here, shoulder.
So, like I said, basically, pull it down like this, so like, I'm gonna get it over. So, punch. Open again, so they don't want to come off.
Yeah.
So, I've been there, after a few times, the arm's like,
The arm's dead, you just kind of swing it.
so,
Let's try to keep both hands kind of working together because we'll work stick and knife
I want to go that slow.
later on. Even if we're empty hand, if he throws it, I'm gone 1, I'm gone here. Notice his hand's up here. 2, 3, 4. And or if you get that elbow, and notice his hand's still trapped because I'm moving that close. I'm not leaning here. I'm moving with that body. But this hand's not my body.
That's why I'm slowing it down.
Both hands kind of moving. So you can
Once I start getting like,
gun here. And I strike, and then I'm falling into that elbow.
so now, I can go with my feet.
Yeah, there we go, just like that.
Okay, so that's the thing. Get sloppy or something, that's what I'm kind of avoiding. Feet up. So I just want to go with the rhythm.
Yep, pretty much. Ideally, what we want it to hit, hit that if you're too deep in here, you kind of lose muscle. Block that. And that's why ideally this nerve back here on the tricep is a lot easier to get. Then, you know, I've got the bicep being bigger, so it's annoying, but it doesn't have the same.
actually drove out this way. Drive down, you raise this up. Here's the deal. Everything don't work on my ride.
All right, where do we go from here? Yay, let me bring up on here. Thank you. All right, so punch is coming. What we're working on here, we've got that initial gun. Boom. Using those knuckles, I'm cutting in here. Bam, I'm coming kind of back towards that tricep. Someone asked about the tricep, just play with it and realize, man, that tricep, that's hitting that nerve there. The bicep, she's built like a rock. She can take the strikes to the bicep. That tricep, she's starting to feel it, the arm's swinging a little bit. So we're thinking, 1, 2, I want to take this hand, I'm trapping this arm, I'm pushing it out of the way. That's getting me something between me and that other fist, and I get this strike in here. Almost a vertical strike in essence. But what I'm doing is I'm going to fold and I'm going to crack with the elbow. I still keep this hand trapped in here, but I'm closing up. I'm using this elbow as kind of icing on the cake from that other strike to set me up for what I want to do for my takedown here in essence. So as that comes in, we're thinking boom, boom. I'm in here, I've got that strike, and then I'm closed in with the elbow. You can see, why is the hand open? You'll see why is it open here in a minute. But we got to get that elbow. Right now I'm catching her under the chin. Anywhere on that jaw, that chin, probably once you've done a punch and an elbow, and I accidentally, on purpose, kind of hit my brother this way. He was out cold right at this point. I did not even get the takedown because he was dropping like a sack of rocks because my elbow caught him right here on the chin. After I'd already punched him probably on the stomach point on the jaw, and then I caught him right down the chin, and he went, boom! Of course, I laughed because he's my brother. But then I revived him. I was a good brother, but, you know, still, you get to that. So play with that. Slow down on the counter punch. Slow down on the elbow, but understand that's the direction we're going into as we build onto this. Thank you, ma'am.
I'd have to say, if I'd have knocked my brother out, I'd have drawn one of them big black eyes, like a dog on him. Maybe because I'm the youngest.
Oh,
One's a state trooper, so I'm probably drawn all.
No,
Never would have let up. Unless he again.
And I was like, that's not how I was originally taught the Philippine particular. So it is, and if you look at some of the Indonesian stuff, they have pieces of salami as well, and then you buy in it as well. So you get to that part of the world, I think they're all, oh yeah.
We didn't have to be there.
That's it. But
It's interesting.
So you have step
You want to get
It just takes, like I said, how to when you step, yes, and you'll notice the noise are, because you're kind of. That's it.
man down too. You're trying to take the toe off over here. He's got these big old toenails. I come in and he says, technique on that. No, I went to step around him.
All right, so what do we build from here? So, all right, who throws that punch? We've been working, getting that initial gun right here. Boom, we've got our second gun here. We're trapping, we're striking, folding with that elbow. I said this hand's open. Why is this hand open? Because now it's going to catch the head. Now, as I catch the head and start to drive him down, theoretically I'm thinking if he's not knocked out, he's close. I bring this down, this is coming up. As this is coming up here, we're just doing a labai, which mainly we're just doing a turning throw down to the ground. I'll then add a salak walk because I'm like, does he have anybody this way? Does he have anybody that way? Okay, and then I walk away. But you saw how effective and quick that kind of is. So as he throws that, because I know that, you know, Joe here is going to ask me to do it again. So he throws it, 1, 2, 3, fold, bam, I'm here. Now, she keeps kneeing everybody, so if you've got somebody here and you want to drive a knee up, fine, that's fine. Because that could be that extra distraction. You see I stuck my arm up? Now I get that goodbye, crunch, 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 crunch. Whatever I need to, I just said I'm looking around the room. And you'll see that in the salon arts, they'll do what they, almost a kata in essence, but they'll be doing this and it looks like, what the heck are they doing? Well, that's what they're doing motions. You don't realize there's a person laying underneath there because those knees, you drive into the soft tissue of someone's face when they're on the ground or their groin. It's nasty, but yes. So play with that with your partner. Thank you.
Awesome.
So, you comfortable with?
Would you scare your partner?
I'm trying, I mean, I can find it.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't think that you get that one. So we're going here, here, and then
Cool.
do it
Give that a back.
here. No, how did you change it? You want
Yep.
it here?
Yep. So once you're there,
There you got something covered.
and you're trying to bring this up, this. Now, if we're hitting off balance, you're starting to see we're getting this rotation. But if you wanted to do a knee strike, you can soft like that knee strike. But if I've got it here, I've got up, I've got down. The thigh basically just means front. Whoa. Wham.
Foot on the way out.
Foot
Come on
back,
over.
stick
Come on the
way
way out.
out.
Just a little extra, like,
Yeah.
a little extra. A little bit. Bring it back. All right. Here. This one's coming
Bring up, so as he throws that punch,
this way.
what I want to do is shut down this muscle. This, bam. Second gun to be sick. So I've got one, two, the big dog. I strike, hold the elbow, and I throw. That goes into what I call a throw, because the throw goes like the
No, I just have to just
fluid motion
ease down.
If I need to keep them down or if I need to,
You got that, you're watching the There we go, I like that, yeah. Knee and face. So we're just
You just like, hey, you might not go every time I'm throwing you all that. I don't want to hear you complain.
because I want to cut them. Like, I do a crosata with a knife. Cut them
What, by knocking it off of you when it hits the ground?
Then that is a converting with the knife. I'll still follow with that knife. I can still with the blade. And I can still get it. That same motion. I've got my blade out, but not the knee with the blade. But you saw I can help you. But you know, you saw I can do the same motion with a blade.
You should have grabbed your foot and give you an extra spin and just let your turtle spin. Because you'd have rolled up the ball. That's kind of like jiu-jitsu.
I didn't see it. So I'm thinking here, she was going there. That's why I was asking. But now, yeah, exactly. The knife. Good at it.
Like Elvis Presley.
motion back and forth.
Some people that don't get their face like
I just took.
Lighten it up right on there.
see that? And he didn't even touch me.
Get down and then just.
All right, cool. Things are looking good. Now, let's shift it up here a little bit. So our arms have been gunted a little bit, but we can go into a hoobah drill on how I'm working my right and my left, and both partners are kind of working together. So the first one, say she just throws a punch straight on. So we're working off a straight on punch. Now, gunting, we're going on the inside. Hoobah, though, my first technique is going to be here. I'm pushing to the outside. Notice my body moves a little bit. My second move, I'm coming just right here. And then my third, I'm going to push it down. So I'm just counting threes, and now I'm throwing a straight punch. Her hand is in position. Go ahead and open the hand. You're just going to touch. This arm comes up for two. That hand's now going to push that down. It's out of the way. You're going to throw a straight punch. Boom, boom, boom. And then we go back and forth. Just think of the count of three. And because it's a high punch, I'm going to the outside first of all. So work on that, and I'll come around. And you might go, oh, this looks like Kung Fu, or this looks like Wing Chun, or this looks like something in Kempo. A lot of art, they borrow from each other. In the Philippines, they call it hubad. But yeah, you'll see very similarities in other arts. The second one's coming right here.
here.
Just kind of starting that block. Now you're just taking this hand and just pushing it out of the way. And that opens that up.
So you would ask
See
me
how it's
ready.
working your right and your left? You didn't know you're so uncoordinated, did you? It's okay, you're working your right, you just want to throw one.
Here,
Yeah, you got to block mine.
This is real. Working your right hand, your left hand, and your both partners working back and forth. It's a great coordination drill.
I'm not using my heat top anymore. Big old sleeves are getting in the way. You're trying to hit me in the face. I got my eye whip. You see that getting in behind your glasses?
Get closer and closer to you.
I love to push in on it.
because I'm pushing this way.
Right.
And what I'm trying to do, after he does that, he blocks this way. I'm trying to go this way.
I was gonna hit you.
If I went this way, it would hold me. Weak point in the stance.
Behind the kick straight back.
You going like that, and I'm just boom, boom, boom. It looks all fancy and everything. It won't be there all day.
Same thing.
Yeah, almost, yeah. I mean, we just increase the distance, and we're thinking, all right, I need to go here, I need to go there. Ah, we can pull the knife out. Yep, yep. Yeah, elbow, close range one.
Now you can absolutely do elbows.
No, well, yeah.
Made me think he was going over top and duck under.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go ahead, take my arm. But this is a good drill and everything, but you look for things. Other than just,
All right, so let's take a second.
all you do is concentrate on
That
this.
first two, bud, was right off of that straight punch. She's throwing a straight punch, I'm throwing a straight punch. Second two, bud, I start to variate because I'll see Art's doing a shuto. I have never in my life had someone throw a shuto at me in a fight. I have not even found it on video, and I have looked on videos in Japan, Korea. I've never seen a fight go, ah! What I have seen, I've had a lot of people throw a good haymaker at me, and I'll see that on videos. So instead of a traditional shuto for an angle two is going to be a kind of a hooking punch, haymaker punch. It's coming around. So because it's coming around, my first block is going to be here. It's going to be on the inside. Remember on that front punch, I'm blocking there, I'm bringing this hand up. So this one's coming here, I'm blocking, and then I'm passing it up higher, and I'm getting it out of the way. I'm hooking there, she's blocking. Look, this is going to come out there. Now it's going to go right back, push, and then she's going to have the ability to see how you got all the room in the world to throw that hooking punch. So we're just kind of hooking punch, back and forth, boom, 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 boom. There we go. And then slowly we can start to pick up our speed with our partner. All right, thank you, ma'am. Go.
This one is a race.
You gotta push it out of the way. Free count is really
I'd rather have mine open because I broke my knuckles too much, and people's faces are really hard. I've never punched somebody in the face. I palm you, but I'll punch you to the body. I've already broke this one hitting stuff incorrectly.
yeah.
And that hurts every day when I hold the steering wheel.
Oh,
It just makes me think I never want to punch someone in the face. Now, I just poke them with the eyes. I don't want to punch in the face. Okay, so this one's going out wide, so maybe it's
Rare did I see that. There you go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
if you're coming straight, I'm pushing
Redirect.
why am I always his okay? Get somebody not you. You won't be. Bailiff's never nice to me.
Well, I was pretty easy today in the yard.
You was nice. You only hit me twice till I actually felt it. But you know, hey, man's got to feel a little every now and again. Clear it a little bit. I didn't rage trying to about smack myself.
All right, good. Let's go on to drill number 3. Drill 3 is my close-up drill, because what she's going to do is she's going to take this elbow, and she's coming at the elbow now. Can we hoop it off of an elbow? Absolutely. So I've got it here. That is my blocking of that elbow. Second hand's coming to the outside. I'm pushing it. Third hand pushing it down. And then I elbow here, so what does she want to do? She's got to get something up. Just boom. This hand's coming up, pushing it. Push that out of the way. Nope, just push it out, just like all the others. And then you're throwing that elbow. Boom. So this is up close. Work carefully on the speed, because you can bump each other in the face if you are not ready for it. So work with your speed. Boom, there we go. So, but as you can see, where you're working our left and our right, we're also working at close, really ultra close. And it's surprisingly what might happen, and all of a sudden something's there, you almost instinctively do this, and you've got something that's blocked up. If you've gotten that into a close quarter combat situation, when have I used it? I was on the ground rolling with somebody, and she thought she was going to flash an elbow, and I was able to block it. So it was like, oh, look, I did my hoobud. Of course, I'm laying on the ground, not the best place, because we were supposed to be doing a different part, but it worked. So play with that one, carefully back and forth.
Well, it must go up, must come down. We like to use this one with sticks as a puño drill, and I'll show it off for him one day. When he comes in with his hit, I use my puño right here to strike his bicep as I come over, and then I flip my stick to hit his stick and get it out of the way so I can't hit it. So I do that same 4-count drill they do. He's doing Filipino martial arts. I just add 2 more strikes in there. So you absolutely can, like if you threw the punch, I can come in here and hit that like he did earlier. and had that gun.
You're hitting bicep.
Yeah, bicep or right here, just like he was gunning with that. I do it like this to hit into my stick, because I'm gonna hook my stick, and then I'm gonna put my hand, so it's a one stick drill. In the sombrero system, we use that. Same thing, solid, just like that same Kempo technique. Yeah, I was trying to remember what it's called. Just a little different weapon, a little different angulization. All parameters the same.
This motion. Exactly. We'll joke. Right.
Yeah, that feels great.
Michael, you train with Bayless. You know you love that.
I love it. He'll hit us in them spots and it's like, you got it.
All right, so we're going to build on drill number 3 here. Thanks for coming, sir. So he's going to throw that elbow. What we've been doing, we've been moving this initial block in here, and then the second one is like that, and we're kind of moving along. One of the reasons why we're doing, go ahead, is we're here. Now watch my move. Instead of me bringing this hand over on this side, I'm starting to shield, and I move and guide him to the opposite side that then opens it up. So if he throws a hook punch, in Panatukan, I'll start to shield that strike. I'm going to protect that head. We'll work with things like that. So I'm coming in here, and bam, he just ate an elbow. So to play with that, we'll move into that in a moment. We're going to do that same drill. Don't throw the elbow again. Is here, and just think I'm now pushing that up and over. To kind of get you the feel of here's this elbow rising. Because if you haven't done that work in your art, it's a little bit different. You start to put it in and you're like, oh, this moves, this is fluid. And like I said, I'll start to put it in my close quarter stuff and they're eating elbows. He says he doesn't like punching to the face. No, punching to the face and the head's hard. Man, you take an elbow upside somebody's face and head, look closely at my nose. They put surgery on it, but it still has eaten a couple elbows in my time. It's not quite, it's got character, as I like to say. Those were elbows that did that. From my students, too. And it's like, ah, here we go. Crown. Hey, it worked. But, I'm laying out on the floor. All right, so work on this. Nice and slow, and then we'll build onto that. Thank you, sir.
Nothing sucks more than eating an elbow.
So if you throw that elbow up here, I'm going to start in motion. I can throw that elbow. Hitting things. You're making yourself free. Now, just kind of slide that up. Boom.
Oh, you're talking.
That elbow is thrown at you. You're thinking, I've got to get you up and now I just move my body and I'm going to get back to that motion. Here, get the elbow, boom.
He did that one anyway.
This idea of getting my
I don't personally like them on mine.
for some people, it's more hair than others.
Oh, okay, I've already got it.
You're doing it for me.
That's used to
You don't completely touch to your head. So as that elbow is thrown, it's like, boom, I'm here. I'm now as I throw the elbow, boom, you're kind of moving that up. There you go. So, it's not touching your head. There you go. So as I'm still thinking, I'm pushing the hair back, but notice we're doing a drill, but it's getting us used to. I'm going to move these elbows up.
Slide the up. See, this should be, yeah, that's how it slides. So when he throws it,
On the ground, yeah.
You don't have like a hand pad, do you?
We got a couple different sizes. Whichever one you want.
you're doing this.
Yeah, that's why a lot of times you'll see them comb their hair like he did. It's because this elbow is so powerful, you're not. It's going.
better slap your face.
All right, so we're working this drill. What I'm working on is we've been playing with Kubas. I'm trying to get some concepts in you. We're warming class up. You're starting to get the concept of Pontotook in here. If he took a pad, typically a pad to hit with, and he hit me as hard as he could upside the head, what would happen to me? I'd probably be laying down. This is a pad, but if he swings that, boom. Now go ahead and swing, boom, go ahead and swing, put some more power to it, swing. I mean, you can see, there's stuff flying off. But notice when I'm shielding, what I'm not doing is putting this away from me, so that elbow, and then I'm actually slapping myself. If I realize he's swinging a haymaker, and I'm committing, I'm coming in tight, then this, notice how it's touching my head. There's not space. I'm not trying to stick my elbow out, because that moves it. If I'm going to shield, then this is a close quarter technique. If I'm at medium distance and he throws it, then I can gun if I needed to, and we can go in and do what we did before. But if we're already here and all of a sudden he's swinging and knock my block off, notice where that shield is. So even without that, with our partners, we're just going to take an empty hand, and he's just going to kind of swing and bam, and then I'll swing and bam. Now notice if he had space, he slaps himself. You've got to plant. Notice I'll even add to it. Notice where my arm is. I'm clamping in here because I'm thinking this guy is this close. So if we started pushing each other, then the punches I'm on, I don't have the ability to get that distance. We are already in a close quarter situation. Would my knife be a part of it? True, but if I am right here and that punch is there, man, I can take a heck of a punch. My body can absorb that. Where if I was here and he's a strong guy, could he have gotten through that punch and I eat that? That's not good. So like I said, we're getting here close, boom, I can do that. Now I'm just going to bring that elbow up. So with our partner, we'll open hand a little bit, think of getting one up, and then second, getting this elbow. I can put this in my armpit. What you don't want to do is go right over where you can't see. Make sure you can see, either I'm looking over it, or I've seen some people look right under that elbow, depending on the height of the person you're working on. But this guy here is like, boom, I can see where it is, and I know he just ate that elbow, and it's going to suck for him. Because after that second elbow, boom, we get that elbow, and then it flows into other stuff. All right, play with that. Exactly. So play with that. Thank you, sir.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Now, I didn't say that Pontotook was a soft art. Yeah. Literally. Instead of, you're not really thinking strike, you start to notice I'm just lifting this up. He's just going to eat that elbow. You throw that at me. Now, can you block this elbow? Of course you can. Even if you didn't show it, under here. And even, he did a good job guiding it. That's fine because this is my next strike. Yeah. And if I hit you and you still have that much fight, then I fail. Because I'm telling you, that elbow here, that just sucks.
Oh, okay, I thought you were talking about
That's why out here.
Yeah. Well, and then she should be the one throwing that punch. She throws that punch. Good, because you've got this hand here. So I could even open it if I needed to. Yeah, let's just do that. Because I think some guys have to here, so we can throw it back. I don't like it. My body. But if she's throwing that close and that got blocked, so my elbow doesn't get hit, boom! I'm swiping. I'll make sure she's eating that. Me, I just might get you back around and grab her wrist off. So I add that to my foot. Yeah, I'm just thinking of this. Nice traditional move. Yeah, I'm just adding an elbow strike to it. And that's we got questions? We got it.
I'm good. I'm good. That's fine. It was just like lightning went across my whole back. Let me show you where it's at. Let me show you where it's at.
All right, so where do we go from here? Thanks for volunteering. All right, so like I said, she's trying to throw this nasty punch at me. We are up close. I'm feeding that elbow. As we can see, she's a trained fighter. She's got this hand up here. This elbow, it didn't quite, finish the job because there's an arm between my elbow and her skull. Dang it, I wanted my elbow on the skull. So what am I going to do? I've got my hand shield here. Let's go. That's fine. She thinks she has blocked things. Notice I'm now opening this up. Look at this wing. Bam! That's now my strike on my elbow. And I'm getting this hand out of the way. I can even crank this. But I almost guarantee that's the end of the fight at that aspect. If I just plowed somebody with the elbow and they're going to try to hit me with this hand, and training, and sometimes you'll get an idiot that does that, pop them with that elbow pretty good. They will drop like a sack of rocks. And then they'll realize, hey, we're just training here. We're going back and forth. We're trying to learn the technique. So, one more time. As she's coming in here, I was like, I'm trying to get my elbow up. She's got a block. Boom! I'm getting that as an elbow strike. Can we go? I think we got this. We got a second elbow strike here. Now, just because I like nastiness, boom! I'm going to reverse directions, almost like an acting jiu-jitsu technique, and I'm going to send her parallel in the other direction. Just because it's fun to do, and it throws their brain all out of whack. Because if we are in that close quarter situation, and they're trying to fight an elbow, and they felt an elbow, and then their brain is going the other way, it is very disorientating. That's what my brother told me. He always seems to fall into shit like that. I don't know, but it just happens. Thank you, ma'am. So play with it gently, don't hurt each other.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I mean, if it gets up there and it kind of stops it, that's fine, because our next, we're going to, boom, just have that elbow on.
Then you torque that, it's jacking it up.
And if we get to this point, boom, I've got that elbow wrong. You don't feel that I will, boom, away, and I'll knee walk.
You like them knee walks? You talk about me kneeing people. You like them knee walks?
I just like to knee them. Like, oh, yeah.
Sucks more body weight on your throat.
It's disorientating. Yeah. I mean, if we're getting anywhere there.
I could have done some mean stuff, but I'm not going to.
And even if I feel that energy of like, oh, there's a knockout, I'll still probably just spin them up the other way. In fact, I think at that point, my brother's feet were here, and I looked at him. I don't think that's right. Oh, he doesn't remember how to fall, because he wasn't that hard.
I just let me know.
Yeah.
That's flawless victory.
Kick that nice leg out.
Flawless victory.
Be doing it split.
What we want to do is
Did you get much business today, Bayless?
No, I'm having to take a few on the phone. A few on the phone there. I took two last calls, and this right here is trying to get out. The phone rang. I trying to get out the phone rang back here. And there was a couple in there when I left.
Cool, so you had a couple extra workers in there.
Well, I'm taking them. That's why I wasn't here all day.
Yeah, I'd say even when it ain't busy, really, it's still probably more than one man can really handle. There's no one person, you got someone coming in.
2 days during the week.
You get more than two people in there, you're missing an opportunity to sell to somebody because you're trying to sell to them, and they're just
I've
like, oh,
worked
he's
3 at the
busy, I'm
same
leaving.
time before. It's sold to.
Put 3 at the same time, stack them high.